Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are currently working on getting additional population. And we do need to bring up our standard of living at some point, but our population is slowly growing. We are starting to hit a curve here. Definitely. But what we really need is to get some of these jobs filled out, right? We need people. Just raw people. No doubt about that. We simply lack the manpower to work all the jobs that we can have. So we need to grow our population, and we need to do it as quickly as possible. We have a tools input goods shortage, apparently. We should probably get ourselves a tooling workshop then, and is building it here fine? Yeah, I think so. Should be fine. Our GDP is dropping. We'll see if we can get that back into recovery. I'm guessing this has to do with the tool price. So we could potentially see about importing tools. I'm not sure how necessary that is, though. So we'll work on getting our tools up. This will only be a 1% throughput bump, though. That's one of the major problems here. I suppose we could move this over to publicly traded. 250 more capitalists. Okay. We could do that, in theory. So, if we did that, it's showing that that would be a benefit. Let's go through all of these then. Okay, so that's negative for our textile mills, positive for our furniture manufactories. For our tooling workshops, that is quite positive. Slightly positive for our paper mill. We can't do it for our steel mill. Although it's saying that we can, but it's grayed out, so we can't do that. We can't do it for motor industries either. In our rural areas, negative for our wheat farm. Yeah, negative for the wheat farm. Negative for the maize farms, because we don't have any. Slightly positive for the livestock ranches. Quite positive for the coal mine. For the iron mine. For the lead mine, we don't actually have any of those, but we can go ahead and switch that over. For the sulfur mine, it's slightly positive for goods substitution. And for the gold mine, it's slightly negative. But I'm going to do it anyway. For the logging camps, it is quite positive. And for the fishing wharves, it is positive as well. So we'll let that go, and hope that that turns some things around, but that will require more capitalists, and I'm not sure that we have those. We'll see. We're definitely seeing our money tick down here. Hopefully that will recover. We just need more people, though. That's what we need. Our economy is quasi-balanced. Quasi-balanced. But we need more people. There's no doubt about that. Now, we are running social mobility campaigns here, and that's okay. We'll leave that be. We know that we're going to need capitalists, so that's probably fine. Probably fine. We'll work on bringing up our standard of living, but what we need more than anything is additional workers. We are starting to hit a bit of a curve here, so that's good. But we need additional political movements. Specifically, political movements on getting institutions, workplace safety, and health systems. Education systems would be nice, but for the moment, we may not be able to do that. We'll see. Steel price has skyrocketed. Noted. So we're going to need to increase our steel mill as well, and we'll put that in after the tooling workshop. But we don't have workers to run these, so we're mostly getting economy of scale throughput. Our GDP has recovered. That's nice. And it's ticked back down. Sure. Well, that's fine for now. I'm mostly just obsessing over our population at this moment. We need more. More population. Our number of peasants is 29.2k. We've got 12,000 peasants up over here. Okay, that's noted. Tools are expensive. Perhaps we should build a tooling workshop up here. We would miss out on economy of scale. So there's that. Is there any way that we can make being a peasant less attractive? I mean, no home workshops would be nice, but no, I don't think we can change anything here. Okay. Noted. I would like to increase our mine production, but we are going to need to get dynamite before we can get that. Wow, our GDP is down a lot right now. Is that just due to tools? I think that's just due to tools. Reasonably certain on that one. So our tooling workshop is going to finish up now. That will increase some of this. One thing we could do, theoretically, is we can't disable these. I wish that we could disable them, fire the employees, and hire them elsewhere. That would be nice, because then we would be able to do that for our railway and for our tooling workshops. But at the very least, that will help the price of tools. But we can scale this up quite a bit more if our population would scale up. I want to check in here. Are we getting any migration right now? A little bit, actually. Okay, noted. That's good. That's very good. So we're going to finish up some of these colonizations over here, which will also help us in terms of getting some additional population in Buenos Aires. That'll be good. And we have a sulfur input goods shortage right now. That just kind of oscillates, though, because our sulfur mine either is or isn't profitable. So this month it will be, next month it won't be. The demand for sulfur is wild. We could potentially do an export trade route of sulfur. I doubt that that would be profitable. Nobody even wants it. Okay, noted. So that's fine for now. Our steel mill is going to be done in 15 weeks. And tools and wood are still expensive. In both cases, we need workers. Like, look at this. We need workers to work in these. So what can we do about that? Well, our options feel relatively minimal at this point. We've pretty much tapped our workforce. I mean, we could definitely build our logging camps over here in Corrientes, right? That is something we could do. So that would be these guys. And I'm just going to move them up to the top for the moment. This is the only place we want to build those. But we're definitely going to want the steel mill and this iron mine. And then the logging camps will come in after, right? So we'll do something kind of like this. Like that, for now. We'll probably change that later. But for the moment, that'll do. And we do have some turmoil going on, which is not ideal. But mostly, we have our infrastructure built here. We just need people to work it. That's what's going on. We have the foundations of a solid economy. We just need more people. So we are seeing some population growth. There's no doubt about that. And we do have that negative 10% dependence income, which isn't ideal, but it's fine. Steel input goods shortage, we're working on it. And we've got wood as well. That's expensive. We will be working on that too. So 6 weeks until these steel mills are done. That's great. We're definitely hitting a bit of a curve here. Our annual projected pop growth keeps going up, as in the raw number here. That's excellent. We're very happy about that. The price of steel is, of course, quite high. Price of engines has come up as well. So at some point, we may want to consider expanding our motor industries, but this is currently negative due to the high price of tools and steel. That's not super shocking here. So we're going to get our steel mill in Buenos Aires done very shortly. We're definitely expanding our available jobs faster than we're growing. There's no doubt about that one. So the question becomes, how can we get more people? I don't believe that the greener grass campaigns really help. Yeah, I don't think that migration attraction really helps us here, because I think that mostly moves our pops around in our nation, not pulling them from outside of our nation, which would be nice. Government slave catchers, huh? Minus 10% bureaucracy? We kind of can't afford that. So we will pay for nothing. I want to check in over here. We are chilling at exactly a contested government. Exactly 50. And we can't bring that up at all. Noted. So these guys are at plus 12. And they oppose national militia and peasant levies. They endorse mass conscription and strongly endorse professional army. Yes, so we are on professional army. As far as our actual conscription goes, let's see, we're on no home affairs right now. The armed forces would endorse the National Guard. We could get that going, 17% chance every 180 days. More conscription would be nice. So that's an option. It doesn't really help us. What we really want to get to is getting our health system up and going to under our, let's see, where is that? Labor rights. Going to regulatory bodies. That would be ideal. Of course, we can't do that right now. But getting our healthcare increased would be amazing. Luckily, we are at 1.07 million now, so we're definitely getting population growth at a reasonable clip. It is accelerating, but is it enough? That I don't know. We need more people. Absolutely. That is 100% our top priority. The colonizations will get us more people, but not as quickly as we'd like. We definitely need to get these colonizations finished up. But we are investing in that as quickly as we can. Our GDP is just kind of fluctuating here, and that's mostly because we can't create all of the things that we need, right? Well, we can, but things are a delicate balance right now. Tools are expensive, but that's only because we aren't maxing out our tooling workshops. We don't have the people. Coal is currently quite expensive. That's noted. But again, if we go in here, our coal mines aren't maxed out. We just hit this equilibrium point, right? And it is what it is. We just need more people. We can build economies of scale and get throughput bonuses that way, but that's a very, very minor benefit. We have 5 years left on dynamite. Dynamite will help us a lot in terms of our production. So increasing our worker efficiency will be very good for us, but it's still more important that we just get more workers. We need a lot more workers. We do have some unemployed at this point. That's good. I would like to reduce our number of dependents. And I'd like to reduce our radicals as well. This actually is dropping somewhat. So that's good to note. And we are going to be finishing up a few more of these colonizations down here soon. I always forget that you can't box select in this game. We're going to be finishing these 2 colonizations shortly. So that's very, very good. Now, we're building up our gold reserves. Do our gold reserves actually cap? Yes, they do. So we're not going to want to overcap our gold reserves. We'll probably increase our construction at that time. But we're not going to have the people to run it. Now, we're at 1.08 million now. So we're definitely increasing our population by a decent chunk. But it's got to be more. We need more. Lots and lots more. Colonization of Mendoza has been completed. So that is over here. This is now a proper state. It is unincorporated. We can go ahead and incorporate it. It is chilling at 92% turmoil. That's a lot of turmoil. That's a whole lot of turmoil, actually. Also some turmoil up over here. But nowhere near as bad as over this way. So we're now at 92%. Is that mostly just due to not being incorporated? Let's check here. Standard of living, being fired from buildings where they had ownership shares, unfulfilled political movement demands, discrimination, standard of living below expected minimum, there's not many of those, low legitimacy, being enslaved, and yeah, okay. Noted. So this is at 94.3% now. And the population here is dropping due to high mortality and a low birth rate. Mostly just high mortality. But maybe once we get this incorporated, things will switch around. Because these incorporated states over here are doing much better. They're not great, but they're better. Oh, we just switched down to an illegitimate government 17. Okay, so we need to kick out the armed forces and put in the landowners. There we go. That will help matters a lot. Cool. So with the landowners in power, things will be okay for a little bit. That will help our radicals. Brazil wishes to enter into a trade agreement with us. We accept. We can't fight Brazil right now. We do need to get our population a bit more under control. Our annual projected pop growth is low, but I want to check. Okay, 90% turmoil here. That's definitely dropping. Excellent. So that's fine. And pretty soon... Well, actually, we've got our logging camps being built over here, right? So this is fully employed. Our logging camps are able to employ here for the time being, for now. That won't be the case forever. Buenos Aires market access is at 91%. Okay, that's interesting. We are suffering a sulfur input goods shortage. That's just due to population. I'm not too concerned about that. 25.6% turmoil here. Yeah, it's fine. Cool. So we definitely do want to get our radicals dealt with, but we can't get our government out of contested government, unfortunately. We're chilling at 56 right now. Oh, I want to go over to the armed forces here. We no longer want to bolster them. There we go. Cool. So with that done, since they're no longer in government, that's not relevant to us anymore. We can now bolster the landowners, to be honest. There we go. Cool. So we're chilling at 54 contested government right now. 54, 55. It's all good. So at least we're not building up radicals from that. And our radicals are dropping. That's excellent. Loyalists are coming up, but at a slightly slower pace. Cool. So we've got a grain input goods shortage. That we can fix, and we will do so by going over here and raising up a wheat farm to top priority. There we go. Now it disappeared, but the fact that we had it at all means that we should probably do this. Hello, what's this? Guarani have launched a native uprising against us. Okay, so there's a native uprising going on over here. We should definitely mobilize our forces then. We have 10 battalions in reserve because we don't have a general. Okay, so we'll raise up, say, let's see. Power projection, morale recovery, command limit. We'll go with this guy, I guess. There we go. Do we need to activate our conscripts here? That's an interesting question. I do think that while this native uprising is happening, we should probably look to get some mobile artillery here. Now, artillery is going to get incredibly expensive from that. We could also go to first aid, which will take up fabric and opium. I expect that we're going to have shortages of all of that. This guy is going to mobilize, and he is going to advance the front over... Actually, these guys are split. There are two fronts here. We're actually split here, I think. Yes. We're split here right now. So for the time being, that's what we'll do. We'll just have him chilling and defending these fronts, I guess. Or if we advance this front... Yeah, that puts all of the troops there. So we'll actually move back to standby, and they should just kind of chill here. Cool. In theory. Okay, so we have 5 of our 10 mobilized. Apparently they only have 1 of 1, so that looks okay. No real problem there. There are some escaping fugitives, and we will pay for nothing. Now, we're negative in cash right now. We know that we have an idle mobilized general, and in fact, let's just have him advance this front. Okay, so he's going to move over there. Cool. And at this point, we know that we're going to have shortages of artillery and opium. So we're going to import artillery. There we go. That does put us negative in our bureaucracy. I'm aware of this. We're going to import some opium as well. Okay. There we go. So this is still going to be expensive. We're going to be negative here for a little bit. That's fine. We have cash reserves. I'm not too concerned about that. So this is going to be escalating here. Not as quickly as I would have liked. Can we add any additional war goals? No, but this will be to conquer all of this. So that should be reasonably fine. Their population is only 15k, which isn't going to be huge for us, but that's acceptable. Are we colonizing at all during this? I don't believe that we are. Noted. So we're going to be spending money here, but that's fine. We'll just get this dealt with, no problem whatsoever. This will outbreak into war. We're not going to back down. They may or may not back down. I don't think that they're going to back down. We are negative on our bureaucracy, giving us tax waste, so we do have some unrealized taxes. I am aware of this. For the moment, it should be fine. We're still going to have a tools input goods shortage. But let's get in here and get this over with. So we're now in the countdown to war. Nobody decided to join. I can't say I'm surprised about that one. And let's get this over with. Excellent. So war is broken out. 2 arms. We should win this with no real problem. Chemical bleaching has been finished, unlocking paper bleaching for paper mills. Okay, so is that actually going to help our paper mills? I don't know. Well, let's see here. It will require dyes. We do produce some dyes, though, I believe. Do we not? We have a dye plantation, so yes, that should be fine. We'll let that go for the time being. And lots of radical reduction right now. I like it. That's very, very good. So this battle is ongoing over here. Excellent. And we should easily win this. No real problem. In theory. Expensive military goods of artillery are to be expected. We're going to be getting rid of that soon enough. Okay. So that front is, I believe, fully occupied by us now. Cool. And now we're just pushing through. They have no units remaining. So this is pretty over. They began conscription. Not like I expect that to help them. Cool. So they're nearly fully occupied. There we go. They're still trying to conscript. I wish them luck. Cool. So they are now fully occupied. And now we're just chilling. We just wait until this is ticked down enough. Can we enforce our demands here? Make peace. Press this war goal. They would not currently accept this. They have 181 reasons not to. Now, we did lose a little bit here in terms of our population. It's unfortunate, but it's fine. At this time, the war is over. So there's no point in continuing to have our mobile artillery and no point in having our wound dressing. So we're going to turn that down. We're also going to go into our trade routes, and we are going to get rid of our opium trade route. Can we not get rid of that here? Okay, we do it this way. And our artillery trade route as well. Perfect. There we go. And now we just wait for them to tick down, which they're ticking down very quickly. In theory. I mean, they're fully occupied. So, yeah, they're gaining minus 12.37 per week. Realism has been unlocked. Cool. So let's take a quick look here. Are they willing to accept this yet? 121 reasons not to. Short duration of war. I mean, sure, but they're fully occupied. So, they'll get there. They have 100 reasons not to accept this. Cool. And keep in mind, we continued constructing that whole time. 87 reasons not to accept this. 77. They'll get there. Short duration of war has ticked down. It's looking good. 53 reasons to not accept this. Yeah, it's getting better. 41 reasons to not accept it. And hopefully that short duration of war will tick down soon again. Because I'm not sure. Well, maybe they get a huge bump at minus 100. We'll see. We haven't done too much with this system, so we'll see how that goes. Minus 6. Okay, yeah, we'll get there. Cool. And they capitulate. So we annex Guarani. That's excellent. So this is now under our control. We'll incorporate the state, but that does put us negative in our bureaucracy. So we are going to need to construct very rapidly here and we'll just build it down here. We'll need a government administration. So we'll build it in Buenos Aires for now. All we need this for is a bureaucracy. And I actually queued that up at the bottom of the list. It should be at the top. So we'll move over here, move that up. There we go. So that's underway. Fantastic. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue to grow our population. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Kadra, Unisoul, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.